Cuba is an island country located in the Caribbean, south of Florida and the Bahamas, and east of Mexico. It is the largest island in the Caribbean, with a population of approximately 11.3 million people. The country has a long and complex history, and it is known for its vibrant culture, beautiful beaches, and iconic landmarks such as the Malecón in Havana. Cuba gained its independence from Spain in 1902, but it was later ruled by a series of dictators, including Fulgencio Batista. In 1959, Fidel Castro and his revolutionary forces overthrew Batista's regime and established a socialist state. Castro ruled Cuba until 2008, when he was succeeded by his brother, Raúl Castro. In 2018, Raúl Castro stepped down, and the current president of Cuba is Miguel Díaz-Canel. One of the defining features of Cuba's political system is its socialist ideology. The government owns and controls many of the country's industries, and there are strict limits on private enterprise. This has led to a shortage of goods and services, as well as limited economic opportunities for many Cubans. However, the government also provides free healthcare and education to all citizens, which has led to high literacy rates and a relatively low infant mortality rate. Another important aspect of Cuban life is its culture. Cuba is known for its music, dance, and art, which reflect a blend of African, European, and Caribbean influences. Some of the country's most famous cultural exports include salsa music, the mambo dance, and the paintings of artist Wilfredo Lam. Despite its many strengths, Cuba also faces a number of challenges. The country has struggled with poverty and economic hardship for many years, and its infrastructure is in need of significant investment. In addition, political repression and censorship have been ongoing issues, with critics of the government facing harassment and imprisonment. Another significant issue in Cuba is its relationship with the United States. The two countries have a long and complicated history, marked by periods of tension and conflict. In 1960, the U.S. imposed a trade embargo on Cuba, which has had a significant impact on the country's economy. While the embargo has been relaxed in recent years, it remains in place to some extent, and the US and Cuba still have many unresolved issues to address. One of the biggest changes in recent years has been the shift in Cuba's relationship with the outside world. In 2014, the US and Cuba began a process of normalizing relations, which included the re-establishment of diplomatic ties and a relaxation of travel and trade restrictions. This has led to a significant increase in tourism and investment in Cuba, as well as new opportunities for collaboration and exchange. However, this shift has also sparked debate and controversy within Cuba. Some argue that increased engagement with the US and other countries will bring much-needed economic growth and development, while others worry about the impact of foreign influence on Cuban culture and sovereignty. Another important issue in Cuba is the country's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Like many countries around the world, Cuba has faced significant challenges in managing the spread of the virus. However, the country has also been praised for its successful vaccine development program and its efforts to provide medical assistance to other countries in need. Another important aspect of Cuban society is its education system. Education is highly valued in Cuba, and the country has achieved nearly 100% literacy rates. The government provides free education to all citizens, from primary school to university. However, critics argue that the education system is heavily influenced by political ideology and propaganda. Cuba also has a unique healthcare system that provides free, universal healthcare to all citizens. The system is based on preventive medicine and community-based care, and has achieved high levels of health outcomes, including a low infant mortality rate and high life expectancy. However, the system has faced challenges in recent years due to a shortage of medical supplies and equipment. Cuba is also known for its vibrant cultural scene, which includes music, dance, art, and literature. The country has produced many famous artists and musicians, including Ernest Hemingway, Celia Cruz, and Campi Segundo. Cuban music and dance, including salsa, rumba, and the cha-cha-cha, have become popular around the world. Tourism is a major industry in Cuba, and the country is known for its beautiful beaches, historic architecture, and vibrant culture. However, the industry has faced challenges in recent years due to the COVID-19 pandemic and ongoing economic difficulties. One of the ongoing challenges facing Cuba is the issue of political and civil rights. The country is still governed by a one-party system, and freedom of speech, assembly, and the press are limited. Critics of the government, including journalists and activists, often face harassment and imprisonment. Cuba has also faced ongoing economic difficulties, including shortages of basic goods and services, due in part to the country's socialist economic system and the impact of the U.S. trade embargo. In recent years, the government has made some efforts to reform the economy and encourage foreign investment, but progress has been slow. Another issue facing Cuba is environmental sustainability. The country is vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, including rising sea levels, hurricanes, and droughts. In addition, pollution and unsustainable practices have led to challenges in maintaining the country's natural resources. Despite these challenges, Cuba has made progress in a number of areas in recent years. The government has invested in renewable energy, and Cuba is now a leader in sustainable development in the Caribbean. The country has also made strides in promoting gender equality and LGBTQ+ rights, and same-sex marriage was legalized in 2021. In addition, Cuba has played an important role in international affairs, particularly in Latin America and the Caribbean. The country has been involved in a number of international initiatives, including the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of Our America, ALBA, and the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, CELAC. As Cuba continues to navigate its complex history and ongoing challenges, it remains a fascinating and unique country with a rich cultural heritage and a proud tradition of resistance and resilience. The future of Cuba is uncertain, but there is no doubt that the country will continue to play an important role in shaping the region and the world.